do you repair your cracked and split wood flooring? That's how.
Hey, get down here, you.
This is the book fair. This is the biggest book fair I know of anywhere.
So somebody's walking around categorizing them and putting them on tables.
Yep, that's exactly right. And everyone is individually priced, too.
Did you already find stuff?
I did. I already found 3. Brain on Fire, which is a memoir about a woman who has a psychotic break. Eat to Live, which is a book about plant-based diets and how doctors think, the way that we train doctors in America, and essentially why it's broken.
This is where they keep the best books. These are books that are rare, old, uncommon. Ben-Hur, the Golden Picture Book Classic that accompanied the movie. Classic books. That is a serious book. Commercial Atlas, so it's like all the businesses. The Directory of Businesses from 1935.
People work so hard on things and then they die.
This is the kind of book that I expect to see in better books. Really uncommon books.
It smells like Vaseline.
$5.
$5?
69th edition in 1938.
I'm sure there's something I love enough in this world to have a book this large for.
Yeah,
but this ain't it.
All right.
I own this on both DVD and Blu-ray, and now I can own it on VHS.
Beautiful. This was a really fun series of books, really popular in the 80s. Bathroom books, just books filled with random facts, small articles that can entertain you while you're on the toilet. Where else would you consolidate stuff you find on the internet now in a single book in the 90s? This is where. Worst case scenario books, they're always kind of fun. If you're stuck somewhere, what do? It's more just a theoretical thing because you're probably going to die anyway if you get stuck on a deserted island. How to Treat a Severed Limb. A cartoon treasury. 60s. This looks 60s. Bobby is inside playing a violin and Mrs. Berg's and Bobby come out and play. Very funny. Very droll. I'd call it droll, wouldn't you? How much do you think for this book?
$1?
$2.
$2.
Treating the Troubled Family.
Oh.
The family does look troubled. Not necessarily because they're not getting along, but because they look like they were made out of smudgy chalk.
Yeah, that is a serious problem for families.
Now emerges the connection between dirt and sex.
What?
Milton Berle's private joke file.
Please, deliver us a joke.
What is matched Mexican luggage? Shopping bags from the same supermarket. It's racist. Milton.
Oh, it was
Shame.
a different time.
Shame.
Shame. Shame.
I like to visit the language section because I love Japanese books, especially books about learning Japanese. I have this great one I bought here from the 30s. It's to train servicemen in Japanese. It's very interesting.
Could you go around Japan and speak it?
I could hobble my way through.
Yeah, that's a Junt's cart.
Yeah, John's cart. Go to Shibuya.
Oh, how to design my kitchen. I already did this. EJ, does your kitchen look like any of these kitchens?
No. I'm renting, so I have no say in my kitchen.
I see. Tiny.
John's shirt's getting kind of progressively stained.
It was from that book. It was filthy. Frost, you say?
Frost, you say?
This is under the local color section, which is a new section. I haven't seen this section before. It's a Yankee monologue, is the subtitle.
Frost, you say?
One of the things they get here, which is really interesting, is they'll get people who come with their phones, and they'll sit and they'll just pick up a book, scan it, and then they get an instant report on the value of the book online, and then they choose to buy it or not. And when you come right early, there's tons of people who do that. They'll bring these big wagons with them. I don't think they really like it that much, but they're happy to sell the books, I guess.
Whatever gets them moving. There's a Carrie Fisher related book.
Written by Carrie Fisher.
I saw a little moment of her in a Comic-Con reel of the new Star Wars movie.
Yeah?
She kind of looks like Princess Leia.
Okay.
Now, if they just don't let her talk, the illusion should come to life.
One of the troubles I always have in the fiction section is that there actually are some books I would have some interest in, but it's very hard to index and find. You really have to look through the whole place. Here, unfortunately, everything's so inexpensive, you can just kind of, oh yeah, I'll give it a try, but you're still going to have some trouble trying to find the things you're interested in. This is Pulgara. I've read this book by David Eddings.
That looks like crap.
It's a great book.
Actually, it looks like the cover for EverQuest.
You know, don't miss Rack and Roll. Are you listening, Yahweh? Estella's voice rang in his ears like the song of the sirens. I said we need to talk, love. Pissant kept his eyes on the back and forth motions of the rolling left. There's a character in this name, Pissant.
Dragons of the Dwarven Depths. It's volume 1, so. I don't
know if I like just somebody sitting behind a keyboard making crap up.
It's a great story. That's what movies are.
But eventually, more people come in and they have to develop the idea. The Talismans of Shannara.
No thanks.
You don't think there's
family
anything
affair.
saucy in here?
Oh, there is. This is all saucy. It's romance.
Always interesting when the author, who you've never heard of, is just as large as the title.
Yes. They're trying to really sell both.
At 4 o'clock, we're going to shut down the meeting house where the 6 for $1 books are.
Software. Could be less than 20 cents if I wanted to buy 6 of them.
So this is sort of like the Toy Story 3 books. When it's like finally they are going to get incinerated. Chapters in which the only requirement is that it be broken into chapters. That was the thing when you were a kid, right? When you started to learn how to read, it was like I would just read my first chapter book. Beforehand, the books were so lame they didn't even have chapters. You've got to be at least 50 cents of age
Or up.
What is Family Guy doing in the children's section? Is it because someone has never heard of Family Guy, they saw a cartoon and they stuck it in the children's section? There you go.
Oh, there's a few copies of that.
Twilight has found its way into the children's section.
Oh, magic. Can you see them?
Yeah, oh yeah, totally.
Takes me a minute. What is this one?
Oh my god, it's been so long. Really? I lost it? First armpit and fart sounds and now this? Can't get it. I can't get it.
He's trying the old techniques. He's trying everything.
I can't do it.
It's just a cone that kind of pops up in 3D. All right, this one right here.
I can sort of see it. I can see it. I can see it.
What is it?
It's a rabbit.
You're right.
Yeah, this is weird. It's been a while, huh?
Come on, let's go. Here's some
I can see it. It's like a person.
Okay. It's like a big round thing.
Yeah.
round.
It's being
And then
round.
I lost it.
Great books. Amazing mazes. Some of the artwork is brilliant. There's multiple mazes in here, and you can follow it with a shape, and you go through and find your way through. It's very cool. These are 1 minute mazes. You're supposed to solve these in a minute.
That looks horrifying.
Yeah. It's famously scary. Oh man. I had one of these and it gave me nightmares.
That's scary. 9 and up.
9 and up. Emily's gray is 7, and there's no way. She can barely do thunder.
I think I had it when I was 11. All right. I think I'm done. I bought two fantasy books. The Last Dragon and Dragon of the Dwarven Depths.
And you really expect to read these?
Oh yeah, I'll sit and read these. And if not, I'm gonna spend like $4 on it.
It'll go into the next burning.
Yeah.
We got rid of the brain on fire, and we got the brain that changes itself. We've got Working Poor, Invisible in America,
Yep.
and this fascinating little book about bundling, which I believe is a Quaker, Mennonite, and Amish tradition. A classic study of premarital courting behavior in early America.
I can't wait.
I'm gonna go cash out. I think we're ready to go.
$4 for John.
$6.50.
$4, $6.50. Cheap.
Will you check out mine while I go look at the sign? We're going.
What do you usually look for in science fiction?
I'm looking for one particular writer at the moment, Kim Stewart Johnson. Someone recommended a lot of the books that he wrote about like really dystopian futures.
I could never get into fantasy. I did read the Game of Thrones books or whatever. They're like low fantasy.
Nina's math was crap. It was 7.
Don't forget your book.
Oh yeah, I could use the book. 7.
Well, this was a successful book fair. Always have a nice time coming here.
That was the goddamn book fair.
I don't know if I'd call it that. Today we're gonna try something crazy. This is a Rapid Mac.
Never heard of it.
It's a thermometer that tells you what the temperature is by which ones are up and which ones are down.